welcome to Cafe Enoma and welcome to our two reactions to David Bowie. We are going to react to Space Oddity, the first song in this reaction, and it is requested by our patron David. We already enjoyed two songs by David Bowie and these are another two.
Yeah.
It's a good day.
Yeah. So if you've just joined us first time on our channel for our reactions and this is your first time here ever, then it would help to learn a little bit about us through our Patreon page where we have an intro video as well as a profile. The link to our Patreon page is patreon.com/Enoma, or you could directly visit the secure link in the description box of the video below. We'll also brief you a bit about us either way. We are counselors, teachers and life coaches by profession. We mainly work online. Apart from that, we do reactions in our spare time. It has become a wonderful second career or third career for both of us, and we enjoy making reactions as music lovers from India. Kirti hadn't heard much music from the West. I've heard a lot all my life.
Yeah.
So to communicate better with each other, we decided let's react to some music from the West, because I've already heard a lot of music from India already. So that's how we started this journey. We give an open, honest reaction to every song that we listen to. Sometimes the songs are of a controversial nature, or they are of a nature which is against our values, our culture, our ethics, our background, or just offends us for some reason. Most times we enjoy the music, we love the songs, but we always give it an open, honest reaction. If it hurts us, we say it hurts us and why. If we don't expect you to appreciate and value everything that we say in a reaction. You are from a different part of the world, possibly a different upbringing. The food you eat tonight will be vastly different from the food I eat probably tonight. So that's how it is. We are different, but in those differences we have this one common thing that binds us, which is the music of David Bowie today and all the music that we've reacted to in the last 2 years or so on this platform. It spans more than 3,000 songs as of today.
Yeah.
So let's get started with our reaction. Anything you'd like to say before we start? As the founder and chief of Enoma, any thoughts on what I just said or about this song or anything else?
I agree with everything that you just said, and it's about taking as other people are, accepting the differences so that the diversity in society can be maintained. We all can't be the same, we all can't look the same, even though essentially we are all humans, but we look different, we think differently, we do different things, and that's what adds the color to the life as well as society and to this world. If everybody was just supposed to be just like each and every one and thinking the same thing, we would all be robots. There wouldn't be any life in us. If there is life, there will be diversity. We just have to accept as different people and different things are. Just like we do. This is Western music, and we are supposed to be two Indian people who have a big music industry and film industry and everything, but we like everything Western as well.
Yeah, that shows our tolerance, that shows our
acceptance
openness
and appreciation.
Acceptance, as well as it shows our freedom, what we have in this country. Maybe the reason some people are very less tolerant about different people of different races, colors, creeds, etc. is maybe because they don't have freedom of speech and expression in their own lives. That could be one of the reasons they hit back, in the very vengeful manner. And one of these ways they hit back is on YouTube. This seems to be a platform where most of them seem to have...
You can hide and do it.
I've been there. This is the first time in my life, at least, that I've been called brown and Indian and all sorts of nasty things. Both of us. We've been called all sorts of things. So it's just real shame that it has been allowed to go on for so long and not much is done about it. A lot of guidelines for the creator of these videos, essentially us, but very little guidelines for the commenters. So it's in an interesting platform, and for what it's worth, we are here for the music. So let's get started.
Space Oddity.
Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. Ground control to Major Tom. 7, 6. Commencing countdown, engines on. 3, 2. Check ignition and may God's love be with you. This is ground control to Major Tom. You've really made the grade, and the papers want to know whose shirts you wear. Now it's time to leave the capsule if you dare. This is Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door, and I'm floating in a most peculiar way, and the stars look very different today. For here am I sitting in a tin can.
Wow.
Very innovative, very interesting, very unique, I would say. Whether the lyrics of the song, vocal arrangement of the song, or the musical arrangement, everything was uniquely done. Not too many people attempt everything that was done. Too many, I would say, dimensions put to the musical arrangement and vocals as well. You know, both the ears of my headphone. If you only hear on the headphone, you might be able to catch many things. What you may not be able to catch while listening on the smartphone, directly through the smartphone. So his own voice was coming dual. I think that was not another singer, that was him doing it, because same accent, same everything, and it was just little behind the lead voice that was coming two times. Then musically also towards the end, that was nice effect to it, as if the spaceship was taking off, or it was just hovering somewhere in the space. And it's about Major Tom and then his response back to the ground control, the conversation between ground control and Major Tom. Interesting song, very interesting.
Yeah, it's a highly fascinating take on outer space and the experience between the people on the ground coordinators, as well as the Major Tom, it seems to be flying to the moon. So that's where he's headed, and that's where he's hovering around. And he can see the earth, and some of the thoughts running through his mind. What people want to ask him, as well as what he wants to. He wants to tell his wife certain things, that he loves her very much and all. At the same time, people want to know what all clothes he has, whose t-shirts he wears.
Sure.
If there's any band he likes, any music, any sports team in particular, because he is about to make history. The moment he steps out onto the moon, he's made history. Even possibly taking off, maybe making history. But I'm guessing that would be the biggest event, when he steps onto the moon.
Yeah.
Or the other planet, if it's not the moon. It looked like the moon. Seemed to be about the moon. Very, very beautiful song. Very well sung. And yeah, the music and all suited it perfectly. Whatever was done, whether it was sound effects, the narration very quickly of the numbers and other things, countdown rather. Everything was done beautifully. It was spot on. It gives us a realistic take. Obviously, we also know it from TV.
Yeah,
when we watched a rocket take off, or we've watched it in movies. So we also know how it happens from there. But at the same time, for anyone who's a science major or astrophysics and aeronautical engineering, as well as into any subject that is connected to these outer space, as well as studies related to space, they would be highly interested and fascinated with this song by David Bowie, Space Oddity. Yeah, it's a nice one. Check Ignition and may God's love be with you.
That they have to say.
Incidentally, I have one thing that comes to mind always when I hear songs like that or movie scenes like that, is I think about a person who was originally from India, but she went to the US, and she flew for NASA. I mean, the aircraft that she went on, and it while landing, I think, or while taking off, I'm not sure.
No, almost coming back.
When coming back, sadly, the aircraft, the spacecraft exploded, and all of them died instantly. I think. Yeah. All of them on board, and one of them was Kalpana Chawla. So we have the footage of that. We watched it so many times, various shows. It comes in movies, TV shows. It's a very important thing for every Indian too. Most of us, on that day, it was a black day in India, and even few days after that, and every year, and on a birthday as well as on the day that it happened. I don't remember the days though now, but when it just happened, a couple of years after that, it was pretty big in all parts of India. So, this sad memory does come to mind, that, all these things do make sense. Take your protein pills, may God be with you, and things like that. And obviously Armageddon, who can forget Armageddon? One of the movies which in a big way tells you about exactly what this song is talking about, and especially for someone who's never been on those ships, from an ordinary person's point of view of everything that's happening, the oil drillers who tag along, so for their job to do on that asteroid that's heading towards Earth. Wow, this was a good song. Any final thoughts, Kirti, before we move to the next one?
I can't get over the music of this song because so many layers and so many directions or things that they did with the music elements. First, the drumming had those big sounds on the cymbals, then soft sounds on the cymbals, and the other side the acoustic guitar playing. Then after that, there were horns used. A couple of them. The big one, I don't know the French horn or what exactly, saxophone-like sound. Different things was done, and not for a stretch, just for a few seconds or so, within a minute, and then things were changing. This was good actually. If you look at it, it's like different sounds going through your mind while you may be traveling in space. Different things suddenly coming. You don't know whether you will make it or you won't make it. Every second matters. When you shared Kalpana Chawla's incident, 16 seconds, I think that was or 8 seconds, the time difference was there when they would be actually landed. Just after 8 seconds, they would be safe and landed, and that's when they exploded. Those 8 seconds, and that's all. They lost their race with.
Yeah, we'll move to the next song now. It's an interesting song with Warren, so got a lot of discussion. Let's move to the next one now. Ashes to Ashes by David Bowie for our patron David.
Yeah.
Let's get back to that right after this small break, 8 to 10 seconds, and we'll be back in the same video.
Namaste and welcome back to our David Bowie reaction. We are going to react to the song Ashes to Ashes, and it is a request by our patron David. This is our first time single take honest reaction to this song, Ashes to Ashes.
Yeah, let's get started right away with it. It's the longest song, so we wouldn't want to waste any time with anything. If you've just joined us, you can check out our Patreon page to learn a bit more about us, to save time. You can do that obviously later after this reaction. Let's get started. The link is in the description box of this video below.
Say it's true. They got a message from the action man. I'm happy, hope you're happy too. I've loved all I've needed love, saw the details fall away. The shrieking when nothing was given, just pictures of trap girls and synthesis. And I ain't got no money and I ain't got no hands. But I'm hoping to kick back the planet is glowing. Ashes to ash and funk to funky. We know Major Tom's a junkie, strung out in heaven's high, hitting an all-time low. said, to get things done, you better not mess with Major Tom. My mama said, to get things done, you better not mess with Major Tom. My mama said, to get things done, you better not mess with Major Tom. My mama said, to get things done, you better not
It's over? Okay. These are the kind of videos, and it's an issue for us because you don't know if it will continue after this pause or what.
Is
Okay.
it a pause or the length?
Okay. What's this? No. Some issue with the video. Hopefully we heard the whole song as it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was it before the first earlier song, after the earlier song? Because the same character is here.
Major Tom is here.
Major Tom. Who's Major Tom? Was it one of the English astronauts who went into outer space?
Real person or what?
Or
Yeah.
is it a fictional person?
Now he's saying Major Tom is a junkie. So now I doubt the earlier song being about astronaut. Now I feel he may have been on drugs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll take it line by line. That's the safest way to play it. I like the tune. It was kind of funny. At the same time, it was kind of mellow. It had a good vibe to it. Definitely a second or third listen would be really interesting for this one. It definitely seems connected in
Yeah,
some
they
way
both are.
to
Part one
Major
and two.
Tom. It's from the album Scary Monsters, if that picture was right. That was there at the beginning of the video. Ashes to Ashes by David Bowie. Do you remember a guy that's been in such an early song? I've heard a rumor from ground control. Oh no, don't say it's true. They got a message from the action man. I'm happy. Hope that you're happy too. I've loved all I've needed. Love, sordid details following. So this is a conversation I'm guessing with Major Tom. He's saying I'm happy. I hope you're happy too. I've loved all I've needed. Love, and sordid details following. Whatever he's done, he's going to send across the details. The shrieking of nothing is killing. Just pictures of Jap girls in synthesis, and I ain't got no money and I ain't got no hair, but I'm hoping to kick, but the planet is glowing. Ashes to ashes, funk to funky, we know Major Tom's a junkie. So instead of possibly sending information about where he's been and what he's done in outer space, I think he's sent them pictures of Japanese girls or something like that. Is that
That's
what
what
they're
he
trying to
is
say?
doing over there. That's his activity.
Strung out in heaven's high, hitting an all-time low. Time and again I tell myself I'll stay clean tonight.
Tonight.
But the little green wheels are following me. Oh no, not again. I'm stuck with a valuable friend. I'm happy. Hope you're happy too.
I like that line, the way he sang.
I'm stuck with a valuable friend. Which friend
I
is
think
this?
Major Tom is talking about he is his friend. They both are on this sad journey of addiction. One of them is pulling the other in, but he wants to be clean. That is David Bowie.
One flash of light, but no smoking pistol. I never done good things. I've never done good things. I've never done bad things. I've never done bad things. I never did anything out of the blue. Whoa, ooh. Want an axe to break the ice. Want to come down right now. Ashes to ashes, funk to funky. We know Major Tom's a junkie. Strung out in heaven's high, hitting an all-time low. Now the final lines, which seem to be really important. My mother said, to get things done, you'd better not mess with Major Tom. Reminds me of the movie Don't Mess with the Zohan. In this same movie that we talked about in the last one, at least I mentioned it briefly, Armageddon.
Yeah.
In that, you remember the Russian scientists, or the
Yeah, he was there.
space center, manager, whoever's on that space,
Yeah.
Russian space center where they had to refuel.
Yeah.
So this kind of reminds me of him. He seemed to be high, perpetually high on something.
He used to be, yeah.
He was not completely aware of everything, what was going on, what was happening. He talked with a slur as if he was drunk and heavily sedated or something like that.
Yeah.
He was not talking normal.
Because being alone there.
Yeah, he was there for a long time. So perhaps this is what it's like, The earlier song was when he was just leaving. Everything was good. Everything bye-byes. God be with you. He sent his love to his wife. Then this is when he's stuck in space maybe for a long time.
And his state is bad now.
And this is all that he has to do
Yeah.
with his time. So it immediately reminds me of that movie. Because there they show, all that guy goes through, they don't show too much of it, but you get a sense of it through his character. It was played beautifully by him. He's a very good actor, by the way. He was also in Bad Company, starring Anthony Hopkins, Chris Rock, and
He was on the Russian
he was
side.
a villain. Yeah, he was one of the main villains.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a good song, but yeah, I don't think we can process this information well enough so quickly on Enoma. And to be open and honest, it's something unique. Giving a take on something.
Yeah.
I'm assuming both are from the same album, Scary Monsters.
Yeah.
We have no clue whether Major Tom actually existed or exists.
Or the
Or
creation.
whether it's just a creation of David Bowie for a particular show, for a particular movie, who knows. So, yeah, interesting though. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think there's anything more to it, or is it what you just think it is, that he's high and he's alone in space, or anything more?
I feel it's a song about addiction, about drug addiction, being stoned, and this is what he's talking about. He's way too high, but very low at the same time. So I'm assuming right now it could be an alter image of David Bowie himself, where he's seeing two images of himself. One is Major Tom, where he sees himself doing the greatest things in the world, but second side he's got addictions to deal with, and he's dealing with that.
Okay, personally, you're saying personally about David Bowie, or he's created
Probably for
Okay.
the song or for this theme.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying I don't know anything about his real life.
David Bowie spent a lot of time in Berlin. And from whatever I've seen of Berlin in documentaries and even a couple of movies at the Mumbai International Film Festival years ago that were based in Berlin. In fact, one was primarily about drugs. It has been a severe problem over there from a long time, I think. So he spent a lot of time there. I think 4 years to 6 years he was in Berlin or in Germany, if he wasn't in Berlin most of the time. So yeah, it could be that he knew a lot about what was going on there, and perhaps he was part of it, and maybe it's somehow connected to his life, or maybe he realized this is such a serious
He has
issue.
to take
let's
it up. Yeah.
take it up in my music, Interesting choice of songs. I enjoyed it because something that I like as a music listener, and as well as a lyric decoder. I enjoy lyrics that are unique, are different, and test my thinking, test my intelligence, test my education, and test my knowledge of music that I've already heard. So this is unique, this is refreshing, this is what I like. Personally, as a reactor, I like music that's different. It may be controversial, we don't just get it, and we've not even got into it, so we are out of it. We are safe, hopefully. Yeah, hopefully we are safe. Hands up, we are safe. Yeah, we need to say that, more vehemently, in case people out there think we are the ones who are talking like that. It's a song, and we are just interpreting it.
We're just the messenger.
And
We're
we're not
trying to
even-
do a job.
We are not even promoting it, we are not getting deep into it. In no way will we ever promote drugs.
Something that we don't do ourselves is the prime example that we are not going to
Yeah, I
promote.
mean, I don't think, unless there's a gun pointed at my head, and I don't think there's any way out of it, I will never ever promote such things. Never ever. That's me. That's me. That's my personal opinion about it because of my experience in counseling, and I don't want to get into it why I'm speaking like that, because no one would possibly understand in a very short frame of time. I can't put it well together. So let's leave it at that. So I guess that's about it. Final thoughts, Kirti, and we wrap this one up.
Final thoughts, it was enjoyable, both the songs. Musically they were good. I like the first one better.
Yeah, definitely. I like
Space
the first
Oddity.
one better. I
Yeah.
liked it, and it was
Musically as well as
pretty
vocally.
clear, as well as the music was very rich, and it was a good tune. This one was good,
This
but
was okay for me.
maybe it will take a few more listens for me to get into it. I don't know about Kirti, but definitely for me, certain songs I take 4 or 5 listens to get into it, and even then I don't like it any more than I liked it the first time or disliked it the first time. So it all depends, yeah. So let's end it at that. Goodbye.